Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I'm Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the Executive Minister. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ+ community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ+ community. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
I am Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, the Minister of Connections. This is live, and then we are available on demand. We are available on all smart televisions and your favorite social media.
Surveys show that religious faith and church are the main cause of trauma in the LGBTQ+ community. At Sunshine Cathedral, we're here to tell you that you're God's miracle, not God's mistake. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective, newspaper advice column about mother not ready for son to go to the Pride Parade. In a recent Ask Amy segment of the South Florida SunSentinel, a mother identifying herself as Prideless Mom wrote to Amy Dickinson seeking advice about her son Jack, who came out as gay 5 years ago. Despite her initial acceptance, she struggled with traditional expectations and fears for her son's safety and future. Jack, now 26, recently introduced his boyfriend Samuel at a family function, which triggered a wave of emotions for Prideless Mom, including concern about societal judgment, guilt over her parenting, and worries about STDs and violence against gay men. She confessed her discomfort to Amy, admitting she might never fully embrace her son's orientation. Amy's response was empathetic yet firm. She advised Prideless Mom to stop viewing Jack's sexuality as an it and to recognize it as an integral part of who he is. Amy highlighted that many of the mother's concerns were based on misconceptions and urged her to confront her own homophobia. She recommended spending more time with Jack and Samuel to normalize their relationship and suggested seeking support from pflag.org, a national organization that assists parents and families of LGBTQ+ individuals. Amy emphasized the importance of continued effort and openness in becoming a more supportive parent, ensuring that Jack feels truly accepted and loved. Queer God Squad believes that Prideless Mom's journey toward acceptance is vital. Love and understanding are the foundations of true support. I'm glad that Prideless Mom is struggling with it. Mm-hmm. Better that than just, throw up her hands and say, make a judgment and dig down in it. So at least she knows that even though she's got some concerns, that her child's happiness is, paramount. What I hope she's figuring out is that she's not contributing to that happiness if she doesn't love him for who he is, for all of who he is. And if she feels like his life is harder, well, then as, someone's loved one, what you want to do is try to make it better. That's one of the things about queer kids, LGBTQ+ children, anyone who's different. They lack support. They lack a place to be. They lack affirmation. If I'm the only Jewish kid in a Christian or Muslim neighborhood, I get to go home to my Jewish family. Mm-hmm. And at least there are other people who look like me, believe like me, sound like me. We share values, we share experiences. If I say people are picking on me because I'm Jewish, they get it because they've gone through it too. And so I've got support. So I can celebrate my Jewishness at least at home. And the same thing if I'm the only, Asian in a white neighborhood or the only person who's different at school or in the workplace or in the neighborhood, I can come home to people like me. Queer kids don't get to go home to people like them. Mm. Yeah. And so there's this extra layer of loneliness and then sometimes fear, like if they knew, even though at least I have a place to be, at least they give me Christmas presents, at least they give me lunch money for school, what if they knew? Would they withhold the support I do get? And so there's this loneliness and fear that is unique to queer kids. Now, he's 26 now, but those feelings stay with you. Mm. So what he super needs to know is that mom's on his side. And that will just make a world of difference. I forget the studies, but there are studies that indicate queer kids who have family support are exponentially less likely to harm themselves. And so I do hope that Prideless Mom, maybe she doesn't get to Pride, maybe she doesn't understand it well enough to be proud of it, but I hope she can get to complete acceptance and complete love for who her child is. Not just love him in spite of, but love him for exactly who he is. There's an old George Strait song, daddies don't love their kids every now and then. It's a love without end, amen. And I hope she gets that. I hope she gets that George Strait kind of love that, okay, this isn't what I expected, but it's what is. And I love my kid no matter what. So that's what I wish for Prideless Mom. And that's what I wish for her son and for what may become her son-in-law.
Yeah, actually, I want to say props to Prideless Mom. She's trying. And I recognize that it's a coming out for mom as well. Her child identifies as gay, so that's a coming out for her as well. But there's those mom feelings too. You know, you want to protect your child. You want to protect them at all costs. You want to keep them safe and sound, and you want to affirm who they are. And I think by going to places or being in touch with places or groups like PFLAG, if there's a local LGBTQ plus center, even being aware of places like Sunshine Cathedral, maybe watching the services online, those are ways to really affirm her son and son-in-law. So come out wherever you are.
Yeah.
I think what my first thought was, Mom, you probably already knew.
Yeah, most likely. Moms usually do. Yeah.
But you needed your son to confirm and let him do it in his own time and own pace. And at the same time, I just hope that nothing but love comes out of that for both of them on all sides. And, I'm always curious, folks stop big family announcements at family gatherings like that.
Thanksgiving here.
Thanksgiving and Christmas are not, but I think it's appropriate that, we find our own way and our own time to come out. And we all pray for that supportive family to be around us. And sometimes we know that supportive family is not our biological family also, and we have to find other means to do that. But it's like both mom and son are on a good path to some wonderful stuff and some wonderful opportunities to explore what it means more deeply and richly for him to be out and for her to have, I have an out son now. What does that mean for me? And quite frankly, Mom, it really doesn't mean other than you still have a child that loves you and you want to love as well. So nurture that relationship continually.
Yep.
Yeah, so good luck with all that. And I hope, they didn't say, I hope religion isn't a factor in all that, maybe, and probably at least from the sideline, probably it might have a even if you're not very religious.
Right.
A lot of these anti-gay opinions do come from people who are. So maybe your grandmother was religious, and that prejudice got passed down. And so I do want to always sort of apologize for religion's involvement in making queer lives harder. And I understand when people decide, religion's not safe, it's not for me. But for those who want it or who miss it, we are determined to provide a completely safe and affirming and celebrative environment for religious seekers. And so we apologize for any queer contribution, religious contribution to those difficulties, and offer, if you want to explore religion, and affirming and celebrative and justice-seeking religion, that also exists, and we're part of that.
Yes.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about. Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together, and we're all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.